I don't want to snort cocaine no more. I don't want to lace crack no more. I don't want to lace codeine no more. I don't want to pop 10 and 15 volumes no more. I don't want to sleep with this woman to that woman. God said, I got you. My name is Kevin Bowens, and this is my war story. Well, I can say my childhood was a great childhood. I was raised to be blessed to be raised in a home with both working parents. Both of them was now retired from the judicial system in Louisville, Kentucky. Hard-working parents. My dad worked at physical court. My mom worked at circuit, along with my siblings, older sisters, and me being the only boy. I was somewhat of the spoiled brat, as they can say. We actually sneaking in. We actually doing some like criminal behaviors with my parents as kids because money was tight, but they did their best. But we would sneak into the movie theaters. That's one of the times I can always recall that I can sit back and laugh. But it got to a point where I started seeing other things starting to inspire outside of my household that kind of draw my eyes over to this direction versus doing the right, because instilled in me and my household was to do the right thing. And to me, doing the right thing was good, but there's always that but. Doing the wrong thing seems a little bit more fun to me. You know, church, we would go on occasions with my family, and there wasn't something that was forceful, but we did go on occasions, or in the summertime when it was time schools to be out, I would go to my grandparents' home for the summer. And one thing I've learned with my grandparents, they was churchgoers and they was prayers. Once I was getting to the age of to wander around even more in my neighborhood, that's when a lot of the mischief really started to graduate in my life. It all started when the breakdancing era came about. We would have a cardboard, we would have our tile, we would have our boom box with the radio. We'd be out there breakdancing and this and that. And you know, the guys is already, they our age. Some of the guys are a little older, but we was a little younger. Man, let me get a drink of that. Man, what y'all got over there? Cause y'all popping and locking, y'all doing a little bit more better since we see y'all got that juice. Nah, y'all don't need that, nah, y'all don't need that. They wouldn't let us indulge, so we used to put our chips together and get someone to purchase it for us that was standing on the corner. Maybe you might give them $1 or $2, but hey, this is what we want. And I can remember my first indulging with liquor was at 13 years old. And that was Mad Dog 2020. Never forget it. Once I would start drinking and doing what I do as far as the breakdancing and venturing out, I felt like Superman. I feel like a different person once I got that mind-altering chemical in my body, so I feel like I could conquer the world. Then I seen guys that would be standing on the corner puffing, and I used to be like, what this smell is? I was smelling the scent of marijuana, and I was like, well, what is that? So I found myself drinking a little bit here, experimenting with cigarettes as a 13, 14, 15-year-old, now the marijuana, and all of a sudden the shift of my family, we moved from the East End to the West End, which is an area that I came to love so much, is in the West End in an area called Victory Park. And 22nd and Hale Avenue is where I moved to, but from that life of my street being named Hale Street, it was spelled different, H-A-E-L, but that's where my life of H-E-L-L really started. So I started finding myself venturing out more and more and more, and finding myself starting to indulge in not just the drinking and the using, the selling. So that's when the real drug activity really started in my life with 16 and 17 years old. That was a process that I thought, well, if I'm not used to getting what I want in my household, maybe this would be the better opportunity for me to get it how I want to get it, and I can get what I want. And one thing about that, My dad, Mr. Bowens, he was not with that. You can do what you want, but you're not gonna do it in my house. So wherever you at, you stay out there with it. Don't bring it to my house. And one thing I remember, when Dad said that, don't bring nothing to his house, he said that with a double-barrel shotgun in his hand. Don't bring that drama to his house. And that was my way of, that message from him was my way of pushing me further away from my family. And with doing that, my addiction really picked up even more. And the addiction, I felt empty inside. It felt like nobody was there for me when I needed help. Oh, poor me, what can I do? My shelter was to numb myself from the pain. And my drug addiction went from the drinking to the marijuana to increase to snorting cocaine, popping volume, drinking codeine, smothering myself and thinking that that would smother the pain, not knowing that I would become to enjoy what I'm putting in my body. The increase of the usage from trying to hustle on the streets to using the drugs to automatically stopping me from hustling on the street to wanting to do nothing but use 24/7. And with losing 24/7, my whole life changed in a matter of just like that. How deeply rooted that I had got myself into the addiction, it turned out all bad. It led me to places I never thought. Sleeping in the trap houses, being up on nights in and nights out, 2 or 3 days without eating, not taking a bath, not even worrying about how I look. But addiction will have you to that point where you don't even care about yourself and how you're, it's all about what do you want to fuel you for the day. And my fuel today, at that moment in time, was the drugs. The cocaine wasn't getting it enough for me anymore. The next level was the crack cocaine. And when that hit, whew, my good best friend, Anthony Blackman, we've been friends for years, was part of the warrior ministry. He would always send me text messages in the morning. How you doing, brother? All is well. If you need some time to just kind of clear your head, let me know. So he would always send those text messages, and all of a sudden, he sent a text message. At the time of my despair, God used the Warrior Center to come up with a video. That video seemed to slide through in a text message in the Warrior Center video. He sent me that on Tuesday. I said, brother, I need some, I'm ready. David's testimony, taking it to God, and God turned around using him as a messenger to build up a center of discipleship program, was my ram in the bush. Man, I'm a warrior. I thank God for the Warrior Center to give me a moment of clarity. I said, God, if you real, this time I'll listen. And with listening, he answered. He said, yo, I've been talking to you the whole time. You just wasn't listening. And listening and hearing is two different things. I don't want to snort cocaine no more. I don't want to lace crack no more. I don't want to lace codeine no more. I don't want to pop 10 and 15 volumes no more. I don't want to sleep with this woman to that woman. God said, I got you. I've got a relationship. Knowing him is one thing. I know to him since I was a kid. But having that relationship, man, there's nothing like it. I thank him every day. I'm grateful. I'm just grateful for life to be alive, because months ago, I was suicidal. God abundantly loves us so much, he has time for each and every one of us. In our times of trials, when everything don't look so shiny today, God, I'm grateful. I ain't got this today. I ain't where I want to be, but I'm grateful. He said in due season. But right now, I need you to stand up, be a warrior, and be a disciple for me. So it's been an awesome experience right now. So I just want to say, man, thank God right now. God is the admiration of my life. He's the center. He's the beginning. And I don't think there's nothing to get me off my path right now with him. And this is what I'm called to do, is to be a disciple. And however avenue he seen fit for growth, man, my arms is open. My arms is open, my eyes is on you, and my ears is listening. And I can't take it no other way, but I just want to thank God for Jesus. Because if it wasn't for Jesus, amen.
If you're ready to embark on a life-changing journey, take the first step towards renewal. Reach out to the Warrior Center today and unlock the warrior within you. Because every story of redemption starts with a choice to heal, to overcome, and to rise.